Hello everybody, this is Dan, our Crazy Bad Cuber. Today's video is very exciting. It is a new flagship puzzle from MoYu. This is the new MoYu WeiLong WRM. This is sort of like a WeiLong GTS 3 without the ridges. It does say 3.47 on the box. I think this was produced right when the world record was broken for the single, and a lot of people speculate they shouldn't put this on the cube box as this time was not used with this cube, but I think that they just are commemorating that by releasing this cube. There's been a lot of negativity online about it. I don't agree with it personally. WRM, a lot of people say world record. I heard Monkey Dude 1313 say maybe it stands for without ridges. So anyways, this is what the box looks like. Really, really nice. It does say WCA record though. So maybe that is world record with 3.47. I'm not 100% sure, but either way, I don't want to get into the controversy of that. I heard this puzzle is really good. A lot of people are using it as their main. So let's go ahead and open this thing up. So I really like the box and the presentation of this. And then we open it up and here it is. There's a lot of accessories with this one. So this box is quite deep. In here we have, looks like we have a lot of replacement parts actually. We have a whole new set of center pieces with the springs and the screws. We have a screwdriver, which you can see from the bottom side right in there. I mean, I could probably just open this up, but we have a core and we have some other magnets. So we have a lot of options and also another adjustment tool. So they added a lot of things. I don't know, like, how are you gonna lose some of these things unless all of them are different tensions, different magnetic strengths, stuff like that. So anyways, let's see what else is in this box. So I guess we also just have the cube. I thought it was something different because of this, but that's just one of those stands again. And then inside we have some of the classic cards. We have the pamphlet, which is basically the same as most of the ones that come with MoYu. And I'm not sure if this came with the WeiLong GTS 3, but it just kind of shows you what to do with the stand and that you could stack them, stuff like that. So this is the cube stand. I guess not really stand, but you can see that it's got these pegs on top and then it's got holes here so you can, I'm guessing, yeah, you can do this and you can stack them up, and likely, I don't know, you'd have to have the same cube to stack them, so I'm not sure what the exact point of that is, but you can make a stand out of it as well. So with the stand built, you can just put it on there and that will be your cube stand. So I want to talk a little bit about the ridges version of this, the GTS 3. If you guys remember my video, I liked the cube, but I didn't like the ridges. I know a lot of people liked the ridges, a lot of people didn't like the ridges. I personally, I mean, they're good for a Megaminx Galaxy. You know, the Megaminx is a little bit more difficult to hold than a cubic puzzle, being a dodecahedron. So they really worked on that, and most speed solvers who do use Megaminx use the ridged version, but on a 3x3 I just don't think it's necessary. So I'm really excited to see how this one is going to perform without the ridges. So we'll just do some first turns here. Definitely a really nice cube. It is very dry, which is great because now I can put some of this Cubicle Mystic in because it worked great for the 356X. So this is really fast. It's a really fast cube already, even though, yeah, I can feel it is bone dry in there. There's no lube in here whatsoever. But corner cutting is on par with everything these days. We have the same system that we had in the GTS 3 where you can actually change the tensions with the tool and click, 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 click. And I think this one is even updated so you can even be more fine-tuned than you could the previous one. But right away, I think it's got serious potential. I'm really liking this. This is exactly how I thought that the GTS 3 would be without the ridges. I'm really surprised by how good this is without any lube in it, so I assume it's just going to get better and then I can fine-tune everything. Also, inside of here, we have a whole bunch. Let me just open this. So inside here we have another pamphlet, but we have a screwdriver. So basically inside of here, you have everything that you need in order to customize your cube, including a screwdriver. But you've got another core, and you've got these things here, which is basically you put these into the core and they will you know, make sure the tensions are correct on each side. I personally don't use them. Here we have another tool, but I'm guessing that these right here, probably different springs and maybe more settings. Why would they have two different, sorry I was out of focus there, but why would they have two different sets of these? You wouldn't really need two sets of these blue pieces, so maybe that's different too. So I'm going to check that out as well. But anyways, guys, so I've got a lot of work to do on this cube. I'm going to spend a few days doing it and solving on it. And anyways, so in that time, I will film some solves. And here they are. So I want to talk about me setting this puzzle up. As you saw in the video, there's a box that comes with it with a new core, a bunch of new springs, tools, magnets. Admittingly, I haven't tried any of the other magnets that came with it because I'm really satisfied with the magnets that came in here. Now, if you're like me, you like magnets where they do their job, but you don't really feel them while they're solving, yet they keep the puzzle really together and stable. And that's how I like it. So, and that's how it comes. So if you like that, then don't even bother with the magnets. But with the springs and lubing and stuff, I did put the Mystic plant-based lube from Cubicle Labs in here, and I didn't really feel like I got great results. So I thought, okay, I'm going to try tensioning it. So I used a tensioning tool to click each one of the centers over one at a time, and then tried a few solves, clicked it again. I just didn't find a good setting that I liked. At this point, I decided, okay, I'm going to try the new springs. I put the new springs in, and I still could not find a setting I liked. I found that it was too tight all around, and it was very slow. So I tried to put in some speedier lube, and it just didn't really work. So I wiped out the entire puzzle, kept the new springs in, and tensioned those tensionings to 5 clicks from the flat position, and that has worked out amazing. Alright guys, so I've had this puzzle for a couple of days now, and it's definitely not going to be my main. However, it is a fairly good cube. I personally liked the GTS 2M more than the GTS 3 without ridges, which is the WRM. This is quite a loud cube as well. I'm not a huge fan of the way it sounds, and also I don't know if you'll be able to pick it up down here, but I don't think you can. It's really hard. Like I have to look. Like I have these lights on either side of me that are facing me, and the plastic I think is really thin because it's I can see through it, and it kind of distracts me when I'm around certain lighting. Like where I film my solves is right here at my computer, and I need this lighting for my camera, and it's kind of distracting to be able to see through, and it changes the shade of the color, especially orange and green. It kind of changes it to a lighter color of that, and it's a little bit distracting for me. So if I could give it any criticism whatsoever, that's definitely going to be a big one for me, is I think that the plastic is a little bit too thin, either that or it's not colored enough or something. It's just, I can see through it, I don't like it. Also, I have dropped this puzzle as well, and it created a mark, probably because the plastic is thin. I wouldn't say it's cheap, but I would say that it's thin. So I'm not sure if you can see this or not, but right in the center of this corner on the green, it's white. Now that is kind of where the pieces are fitting together on the inside, and when I dropped it, which is my own fault, so I'm not faulting the puzzle in any way whatsoever for this, but it wasn't even a hard drop, and it seems to have cracked it a little bit inside, but hasn't completely cracked to the outside of the puzzle, so I don't actually feel it. Now, by that I'm not saying it's a cheap puzzle. It's definitely a good quality puzzle, and I get my average on this, or better sometimes. I get a lot of really good solves on it, and I definitely do get my average. So I can recommend this puzzle. I'm not going to use it as my main. Now, would I use this as my main if I didn't have my GAN 356X? No, because I would go back to my Boron GTS 2. That's what my main was before the 356X. Now, if I didn't have either of those, then I would probably main this cube. It's a really good cube. If you are a fan of the GTS 3M with the ridges, and you just want to see what it's like without the ridges, or you like it but you prefer it without the ridges, then this puzzle is definitely for you. I have absolutely no problem with corner cutting or popping. I don't even think we need to talk about popping in today's time, but basically anywhere you go, it's going to cut either way. So it's really, really good that way, and I'm not getting any lockups. This is a stickerless version, but you can get it in black as well. It is $38.99, and if you want it set up by the Cubicle, it's another $5. It's actually an option that they have now with a little kind of like a lube drop on it. You'll see that if you click the link at the top of the description there. It weighs 90 grams and it is 55.5 millimeters. So overall, it's a good cube, not my main, but awesome cube. And I want to thank the Cubicle for sending me this puzzle. And if you guys want to get it cheaper than the listed price, you can use coupon code CrazyBadCuber at checkout and get anything actually at a discounted price using that code. So I want to thank the Cubicle for sending me this stuff and sponsoring this video. And I want to thank you guys for watching. And we'll see you on the next video.